IELTS Speaking Part 3. Freedom and Independence. Question 5. How difficult is it to maintain your independence? Answer. Maintaining one's independence is one of those problems where it's simple to say what needs to be done, but much harder to actually do. There are a lot of subtle outside pressures at work here, such as social and family pressures. I'm not even sure true independence is attainable or even desirable. We will always have responsibilities. However, free and independent we are. In fact, freedom and independence bring new responsibilities with them. A lot does depend on personality, and a lot of people are quite happy to conform. I read somewhere that at least 33% of people prefer to be told what to do. So presumably those people wouldn't even try to maintain their independence. As far as the other 2/3 are concerned, I would include myself in this group. It's very hard, indeed, to remain free and independent. Finances are also a consideration because if you want to be independent, you have to also be financially independent. This means being able to make ends meet, having an income, and holding down a job in most cases, which is not as easy today as it used to be, I suppose. You have to budget, and sometimes you have to economize or even go without. From the point of view of family obligations, it can be hard to break free and do things your own way. Family members sometimes put a lot of pressure on you to stay in touch and perhaps to do things that you would rather not do. This can be the most difficult thing of all because you owe a lot to your family. Question 6. What do you think is a suitable age for people to leave home? Answer. Well, I think the most suitable age to leave home is about 18, when you come of age. You've left school and you're either going to university or have found a job or are looking for one. You should certainly start being independent at that age, if not sooner. I know it's hard these days to find work and accommodation, but that should just make you more determined, and it'll make you tougher and more independent. The more you delay making your own life, the harder it is to break away from dependency. And people don't respect you if you're still living at home at 30 or even 20. Besides, you're depriving yourself of so much freedom. It's like wasting your own life. Question 7. In what ways do you think the sick and the elderly lose their independence? Answer. Well, the sick and the elderly both need looking after, don't they? There's a certain loss of independence in being confined to bed or being housebound. I suppose it depends on just how sick you are and whether age has made you infirm. A lot of elderly people maintain their health and independence, and a lot of sick people are capable of looking after themselves too. If you're taking care of yourself throughout your life, both in health and financial terms, there's no reason why you should lose your independence. Okay, naturally there are going to be things you could do when younger, but can't now. That's just life. Anyway, independence of mind is just as important as being physically capable of doing what you want. Question 8. Do you depend on other people for anything? Answer. Do I depend on other people for anything? Well, yes, I suppose I must do. I've got a job, so I'm financially independent. I live alone, but that's the way I want it. But yes, I do rely on my friends for advice or support when things go wrong, just as I would be there for them under the same circumstances. I don't depend on anybody for material things because you have to work for those yourself. But for advice, guidance, support, approval, fun, cheering up, and even instruction when things are getting a bit, too much for me, all these are things I do depend on my friends and family for.